people? Glen here. Welcome back to Glen's Reviews, where we talk about movies, TV shows, comic books, toys, anything horror related. Tonight we're going to be talking about Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV series. Now back in 1983, we were introduced to one of the greatest movies of all time, The Evil Dead. And since then, Bruce Campbell, Ash's character, has become one of the people that I very much want to be like, alongside the greats of Iron Man, Batman, and Peter Venkman from the Ghostbusters. Anyway, we got two awesome sequels since then, and after that we got comic books, toys, video games, even a reboot, but then it went on to have its own television show featuring the awesome, the great Bruce Campbell. A TV show that expands upon the movies and adds new characters to it too. The TV show picks up years after Army of Darkness when he comes back to the present. But in the first season we see him and he's kind of a drug addict, he's an alcoholic, not very depressed, but kind of just enjoying life to its fullest, the fullest he can enjoy it to. You see him banging women, you see him living out of his Delta 88 with a camper on the back, but of course the Delta 88 has to make an appearance in all the shows. We're introduced to new characters, Kelly and Pablo. We also get Lucy Lawless, who is famous for Xena Warrior Princess. In the first season we see Ash face off against a bunch of new threats, a bunch of new demons we haven't seen in any of the other movies. There's a ton of different loopholes that come out of the Book of the Dead, referring to how people can get possessed, how to save them. You don't necessarily have to kill people like he did in the first couple of movies. I love Ash's attitude whenever he runs into trouble on the show. He's kind of ham-fisted, kind of bullshit his way out of a lot of situations. He always has to drink a beer or take a few hits of weed before he goes into a fight and battles deadites and demons and shit. It's really awesome. In the first season, the main point is trying to rid the world of evil that Ash accidentally sets free by getting high and reciting some of the lines of dialogue from the Book of the Dead with this chick he was trying to bang in the first episode. And it ultimately leads up to going back to the old Evil Dead cabin at the end of the series. Throughout the first season of the show, there's a love kind of thing between Pablo and Kelly. Pablo loves Kelly. Kelly's not so much into him, kind of sees him as his brother type thing. And it kind of goes on throughout each season, even though each of these characters kind of hook up with someone else, even though I think each of the characters they hook up with end up dying, ultimately. In Season 2, it's all about Ash going back to Dearborn, Michigan, his hometown, and you get to see kind of the repercussions of what happened after the first movie. Everyone sees him as this killer because he chopped up, his girlfriend and his friends. But in his defense, he kind of had to, but nobody knows that. Even Ash's own father kind of disowned him for the shit he's done, or supposedly has done, until the town finds out that he's actually a hero. Because the evil invades the town, everyone's turning into zombies, there's blood and shit everywhere. It's fucking great. Anyway, the show also has some other things going for it too. There's actually time travel. Ash has to go back in time to the events of, I think, Evil Dead 2, somewhere around there, and they go back to the cabin again. So he actually becomes the town hero in the past at the end of Season 2. There's Force Ghosts. There's important people to Ash that become Force Ghosts later that Ash sees, and they help him along the way well into Season 3. I don't want to spoil every tiny little thing. The last episode of Season 3 is a great one, if you make it that far. Even giant monsters, if you love giant monsters, you get everything you could ever want out of this. The sad part about Season 3 is that it's left at a cliffhanger, but not really. There was supposed to be a Season 4. Bruce Campbell said it ended well where it was at, and it was fine. I don't see it that way. I'll let you watch it for yourself. But I heard there's an Ash vs. Evil Dead video game coming out sometime this year, even though Ash was included as a DLC package for the game Dead by Daylight, which I happen to own. I'm not very good at it. Very cool to see Ash in something like that, though. It's awesome to see a horror video game. Maybe I'll review Dead by Daylight at a certain point in the future. But anyway, that's my take on Ash vs. Evil Dead, the TV show. For me, I'm a huge Evil Dead fan. It's, like I said, it's my favorite movie of all time. I've loved the sequels. There isn't anything Evil Dead related that I really didn't care for. Even some of the comic books have been really awesome. This series, I couldn't have asked for anything better. It gave me everything that I wanted. It left me wanting more. It's sad that it didn't get picked up for a 4th season. But if you're an Evil Dead fan and you love horror and you love gore, you love Bruce Campbell, I really highly recommend going and picking this up. You're going to be fully satisfied. You're going to be 100% satisfied. Anyway, I talked long enough. If you want to see more of my videos, go to youtube.com/GlenLens. Mistress Peace Theater will be right back. I will see you guys next time.